read it. This is Psalms. This is the book of Psalms. This is Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. At what point, dealing with King Solomon's prayer, will the soul of a heathen not be converted, according to Psalms 19 and 7?
Um, the only time the scriptures say that the heathen will be following the laws is when we're in the land. You want me to answer that with scripture?
Yeah, for the edification
All right.
of the audience.
So Micah 4:1. But in the last days shall come to pass that the mountain of the house of the Lord shall be established in the top of the mountains, and it shall be exalted above the hills, and people shall flow unto it. And many nations shall come. We are already in the land. And many nations shall come and say, come and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord and to the house of the God of Jacob. They still notice the God of Jacob. And he will teach us of his ways, and we will walk in the paths, for the law shall go forth of Zion and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. They won't be having, they won't be keeping the commandments until we go back into the land and enforce the law upon them.
So when we see the scriptures with the heathen dwelling with the Israelites and being under animal sacrifice or even coming into a covenant, were they not keeping the commandments?
When was this?
Well, yeah, we could deal with a few of them. We can first Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 9. We could go there first. This is Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 9. It says, keep therefore the words of this covenant and do them, that ye may prosper in all that you do. You stand this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your captains of your tribes, your elders, and your officers, with all the men of Israel. Verse 11, your little ones, your wives, and thy stranger that is in your camp, from the hewer of thy wood unto the drawer of thy water. That's the stranger's position, right? Going into that servant to the handmaids. Look at what it says here in verse 12. That thou should enter into the covenant with the Lord your God, and into his oath which the Lord thy God make with thee this day, that he may establish thee today for a people unto himself, and that he may be unto thee a God as he have sworn unto you, as he have sworn unto your fathers, to Abraham, to Isaac, and to Jacob. Neither with you only do I make this covenant and this oath, but with him that stand here with us this day before the Lord our God, and also with him that is not here with us this day. So what would you say that we do with things like that pertaining to the stranger?
See, are you believing that the Israelites were never called strangers? Are you in that belief?
Nah, what I'm saying is not in Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 9. This is all the Israelites. So yeah, there were no strangers at this time period in dealing with Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 9 of Israel. That he actually made this.
That's what I'm saying. Do you believe that word stranger is a non-Israelite?
No, I'm dealing this in this context matter. This is an actual heathen. This is a non-Israelite right here in this context matter. Not just the word stranger. I ain't really having a conversation about if the word stranger just only solely pertains to Israel, but more so in this context matter. This is in this time period. This is definitely dealing with a non-Israelite. The hewer of the wood, of the drawer of thy water, is the context matter right there.
All right, so they were dwelling with us. We were enforcing the law upon whoever was dwelling in our land. No matter if we had slaves or anything, whoever was on our land was forced to keep these commandments.
Right. So we could see that the other nations are subject to the laws and commandments, right?
They're subject to us.
To the commandments, correct?
To the Israelites.
So was King Solomon out of pocket for praying that the other nations would keep the commandments, and he would hear their prayer?
That's what the kingdom of heaven is all about us subjugating the entire earth, just like America.
Right.
No
So
matter what, the whole earth is going to follow the Lord, but it's whatever nation and kingdom that don't serve thee is going to get put to death. So they got to keep it, but if they don't, they get killed. So they have to keep the commandments, especially if they're dwelling with us.
right, but look, the conversation is about, do the law convert the soul? I asked you if the law convert the soul.
You're conflating two different scriptures, though.
You said what? No, I'm not. The law is keeping the commandments, right? The law is the lamp.
Well, all right, I'm gonna show you why, right? I'm gonna show you with scripture. Second Ezra chapter 3 and verse 36. Thou shalt find that Israel by name hath kept thy precepts, but not the heathen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so they under subjugation. They're not keeping it because they want to. They keeping it because they got to.
Right. So they keep. You said so. The other nations aren't keeping if they because they want to. They keeping it because they have to.
They have.
All right. So cool. So cool. That's fine. I'm not going to let you get away with that. So let's go and see some heathens by name, real
Mhm.
quick. You tell me if these heathens are being forced to keep the commandments. So we're going to go to Jeremiah 35. Let's go to Jeremiah 35 real quick. Look at what it says here. Jeremiah 35. I'm gonna start at verse 31. Jeremiah 35 and verse 1. The word which came unto Jeremiah the Lord in the days of Jehoiakim, the son of Josiah, the king of Judah, saying, Go unto the house of the Rechabites, and speak unto them, and bring them into the house of the Lord. This is the place of the Rechabites, or that are of non-Israelites. Look at what it says. Into one of the chambers, give them wine to drink. Why are what are these Rechabites right here? Are these Rechabites being forced to keep any of the commandments?
The commandments was not given to any other nation but the children of Israel.
So
So anybody keeping these commandments is because they dwelling with us. I mean, the
right,
laws
right.
was
Are they being
given to
you
Israel.
said that they didn't want to keep the commandments.
Yeah, whether they want to or not, because like when we see in Elisha, in Elisha, when he healed the brother, he took some dirt with him and brought it to the land. We might find one that might keep it, but as a nation, you're not going to find a nation that kept the commandments.
Are the Rechabites are a nation of people? They're coming into the chamber and into the house of the Lord. Can a defiled nation or a group of people come into the house of the Lord?
They can give a sacrifice. Yes, they can give an offering to the Lord.
Right. So
It's not the Moabites and the Ammonites. They can never.
right, Con, I got
But
you.
but
But what we
but does it
see,
give them salve? Salak, I don't want to ask no questions. I'd rather wait until my time. Salak, yeah, I'm gonna just answer yours.
nah, Con, I was just gonna say, and I'm gonna let you ask some questions. What we see here in Jeremiah the 35th chapter is the Rechabites coming to have wine and drink with the Israelites.
That's fine. It doesn't give them salvation. Just got to drink.
Yeah, but so now, so okay, so what is salvation look like according to a book, chapter, and verse? Is salvation knowing that you're an Israelite?